Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Radiant Tale. I'm better today, guys. Listen. I should have just taken a day and not recorded, but I'm behind on this one, and it did make me feel better. But change is bad. I don't like it. Anyway, we were poking around Orions, and last time we saw Ion, right? So this time What? Okay. I got very confused because it says Tafalia, who's the main character, but Spacey, so we go with ourself? I guess we're just going there alone, but it was just a little disoriented. But anyway, this is where we're going, to the main streets, I guess by ourselves. I came to the main street, which was super crowded. I found Calivis hiding behind a shop. Okay, bird, I love you, but good God, your toenails are so sharp. Huh? Calivis? Whoa! Spooked as he was, he looked relieved the moment he saw my face.
Phew. So it was you. I was worried it was Ginia.
Where is Ginia? I couldn't just let Calivis wander the street all alone. I told him to go with Ginia after our meeting.
You know how much Ginia stands out, right? People gawk at me when we're together, and then they get embarrassed.
I was like, did Ginia just fucking abandon this child? No, child pieced out and ran away. Poor Ginia's probably having a freak out.
So now we're inquiring separately.
Would Ginia let you go alone? Ginia, Jesus! I'm not good with kids, and even I know this isn't smart. Why are all our boyfriends kind of stupid? So far, Sephora's the only one that I, think actually has a brain. Jesus. Did you tell him that? Okay, never mind. I take that back. I'm sorry, Ginia. Don't tell me you just decided it yourself.
Is he gonna get mad at me?
I don't know. For now, let's go look for Arang! My spirit just about jumped out of my body when Ginia popped up out of nowhere. He does not look happy. You know what? It's because he heard I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ginia. I thought you actually let the child go off on his own. I'm sorry. I should not have had a lack of faith in you like that. But, it's fair, right? It's fair. Where did you come from? And don't treat me like some kind of a bug, please. Who do you think I am? The King's Aide and leader of Circus? That's right. Did you think I'd make such a blunder as to lose sight of His Highness? I was just watching over him from behind. Care to explain what that fancy shopping bag's doing in your hand, then? Oh, this. I just, happened to find an Orion's exclusive lipstick on the way, and... So you weren't watching him at all, were you? You know what? I don't feel bad about what I said, Ginia, because it's 100% fair. I can't help it, you know. It's a fabulous, long-lasting, moisturizing lipstick. You definitely can. Ugh. Just when I started seeing you in a new light. She's not wrong, but at the same time, I love Ginia for everything about him. I'll be keeping this. When I snatched the bag away, Ginia looked at me as if I'd stolen his firstborn. That's probably more important than children to him, which is good, because Ginia, you, I, same page. Fine. I'll take this seriously, so please, don't throw it away. You're not going to leave Calivis alone? Of course I won't. Now then, shall I get going and ask around?
Okay. Kind of feel bad, too. I'll do my best.
I mean, I don't feel like it's fair to blame Ginia for all of this, because Calivis ran away. Snuck away from him. And then Ginia's like, do shopping. Oh, Ginia probably has no idea when it happened. but it's not really his fault that Caliphus snuck away. With that, Ginny and Caliphus started asking around in earnest. I kept an eye on them for a bit, then approached passers-by on my own. I like how going here wasn't going here to see Ginny, it was like, surprise. Okay. I scrolled up and I was like, sightseeing road with Zamora. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Zephora, but I was like, is there a Zamora character we haven't met yet that I don't know about? That was fun. Fun little typo in the guide. I don't get mad about minor typos in guides. I get mad when Tim does it, because he does it all the damn time. So. While I was gathering information along the waterway, I found Zephora talking with a shopkeeper. So you've been talking to shopkeepers around here too. How's it going for you? I've been following leads and looking into local spirit lore. By the way, is it just me or has this place always been this clean? Huh? Now that you mention it, I do feel like I saw a lot of trash around here last time. Nice and tidy, ain't it? We got it all cleaned up after we started doing this regularly. Here, take a look. The shopkeeper handed us a leaflet of an event called Cleanup Day. There were all sorts of activities listed. Refresh both your body and city by picking up trash on this community jog. It's an event where you pick up as much trash as you can get at a designated time and place. Winner gets a coupon they can use at all the stores in Oriens. I see. It's beneficial for the participants, and making it a competition boosts their motivation. Making it a jog opens it up to people of all ages, too. Once we had an event where anybody who picked up trash could pet a pink fae that's believed to bring luck to your love life. That was us. I mean, when they're like, is there less trash here? It's like, that's because of us, but I didn't think they were going to circle back. Shopkeepers around here were inspired by the event and made this one. Wait a minute. Why do I feel like I've heard this story? Didn't Zephora and the others do that before? I mean, technically we did. We did in the common route. I don't know if we did that in Ion's route. I don't think it was an Ion's route. So that's pretty funny. And we definitely didn't do it in this. Because when they brought it up, I was like, oh, we must have done that. But no, we were in Pashalia's route then. That's true. So it's like we did it, but not. So technically, that still happened. So that kind of answers that question of like, okay, so like when we're in Ion's route, did Pashalia just go off to Ruth and die? And the answer is probably. Ouch. I don't like that implication. But this is like, well, we're with Pashalia, blah, blah, blah. They were doing the same thing when we were with them in the common route, letting them pet Rady. You know what I mean? And like, so, ooh. I mean, maybe I suppose you could look at it as when we're in anyone else's route, like Ion probably doesn't get cursed by the ring. Because maybe we could pretend that, but because I swear in the common route ending we got letters from everyone. We were like, oh, Pashalias is missing, where then the game's like, that's because he's dead. So you could think, I guess, maybe he went off and found someone skilled with water magic. You know what I mean? So you could just, I guess, kind of write that off. But like being in his route and knowing he could, I don't know, man. It feels, ooh, it makes you worry. Let's just pretend he found someone skilled in water magic and we don't have to worry about him dying in the background when we're in somebody else's route, because that's kind of traumatic. Anyway. No wonder this one's so well organized. The original was good to begin with. You're like an open book, Zephora. He's so proud of himself. Did you say something? Nothing. Stop grinning like an idiot and go gather information. The moment I looked away, Zephora was already walking off at a brisk pace. It made me happy to know that Oriens was changing. Alright, let's go ask some other people. Who do we see now? Vilio! I doubt we're going to run into Vilio, because every time Vilio's in a map, it's like, I saw where'd he go? I learned a lot of things from the ferryman when I came here before. Given how often they talk with tourists, they seem to know a lot about the city. With that in mind, I went to the harbor. Seriously? Glad to hear it. We actually see him, as opposed to like, there's Villy! Where'd he go? Every other time. I found Vilio talking cheerfully with a ferryman. Oh, Spacey, I have some big news. What? Don't tell me, is it about leave? Oh, it's not about that. My bad. Although he'd gone and dashed my hopes, Vilio flashed me a big smile. You know what? Ever since we held our show, the number of water spirits has gone up. So the environment's healing then? Yeah, the sea's clearer than before too. There aren't as many as the olden days, but new spirits are being born. I'd say the show helped the residents here change their perspective. See? Big news, I tell ya. Vilio nodded, looking proud. Yep, sure is. I'm glad to hear that things are getting better. Same. Kinda makes me happy to know that the stuff we did led to something good. As he mumbled, Vilio looked relieved. Alright, I guess I should go ask him about our main issue then. Okay, I'll ask the one over there. See you later. I wasn't gonna let Vilio one-up me on this. I scurried around questioning lots of ferrymen. I'm not gonna let him one-up me. It's actually kind of cute. Oh, I'm gonna guess we go to Rady. I was like, oh, nobody left, but I'm like, oh no, there's Rady, so I'm gonna guess we go to Rady next. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of... Pashali is last, obviously. If I remember correctly, I got a guidebook last time we were here. I went to the tent and Rady followed me.
Hey, you doing alright?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. This isn't the time to make everyone worry about something trivial.
That ain't trivial. That's a big deal for you, isn't it?
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine. Really.
You say so. Anyway, that Great Spirit's being absurd, don't you think? She basically asked us to pull true love out of thin air.
Back when we first came here, the ferryman told me Leave is a compassionate spirit. She might have given us a trial, but I don't think it's supposed to be hard to clear.
Man, I wish I really...
Oh.
Man, I wish I could really be Love Catcher Rady.
Hearing Rady say that with a straight face, I couldn't help but laugh. Stop it! That's the fake blessing Zephora used to bring in the crowd, right?
Who knows? Maybe I am a lucky love charm and I just haven't realized it yet.
Alright, I'll go gather information.
I thought she was putting up a strong front, but that looks like I was worried for nothing.
No. I'm sad and broken on the inside, but every once in a while you just gotta deal. I'm clicking, but I can't go anywhere. I guess we have to accidentally run into our boyfriend. Yep. Time to accidentally run into the man that broke my heart. Good times. You could never miss out on the underwater park in Oriens. I had a lot of memories with Pashalia here, and this was where the Lacrima had been placed. I was here now on my quest to gather information. Oh. Spacey. I met Pashalia by chance. Perhaps he was thinking about last time too. I'll go over there. Wait, would you like to go together? Huh? But I'm not gonna lie and say I'm fine. But this awkwardness is killing me. Despite what happened, we're still friends. Once I overcame my initial hesitation, I held out my right hand to Pashalia. Let's shake hands and make up. Can we, hang out as friends again? Hang out? But Stop saying stuff like, I hurt you and I'm sorry. Gosh! I braced myself to tell you this, Pashalia. Come on, shake my hand! Okay. Stop being so awkward! I grabbed his hand and forcefully shook it as if I'd shake off the vibe between us at the same time. What? Did I say something weird? Oh, it's just... This is so like you. I'm the kind of person to freeze up in front of a hurdle, but you jump right over it. Like with what you did just now. I respect you for that. Our eyes met for the first time in a while, and the confusion and awkwardness melted away. Thank goodness. Talk like we used to. Even if things weren't back to the way they were, this was enough for me. Okay, let's move on and start asking around. I was leading the way when something at a street stall caught my eye. Doesn't that look like the replica charm you gave me before? You're right. I'm not sure why they sell this here, too. Shelley had given me a charm, but the stall had all kinds of accessories, like necklaces and bracelets. How serendipitous that we came here again. I glanced at Pashalia and picked up the charm. Could I get this, please? That'll be 3,000 R. Here you go. Thank you. One moment, please. I'll wrap it for you. Watching the clerk wrap up the goods, Pashalia ventured a question. Are you going to give it to someone? Oh, you see... Thanks for your patience. Here you are. I took the wrapped charm and handed it over to Pashalia. For you. What? Can I really have this? You gave me the same thing before, didn't you? So that my wish would come true. I've wanted to return the gesture ever since. I thank you for the gift, or may your wish come true. May your wish come true, sweeter. I'm like, thank you for the gift. He's like, but then I remember we had this conversation. But then I have to get you a thank you for the thank you gift, and then you have to get me a thank you for the thank you for the thank you gift. So, yes. Hold on a second. I just got a text, but I gotta make sure it's not important. It's probably not, but. Oh, no. Okay, we're fine. May your wish come true. Ashalius smiled when I gave him the charm, which was filled with my wish. Just a reminder of my eye appointment. You know what? Let's not bring that up again! Anyway, I'm okay. Thank you. I genuinely thought you were going to give it to Spiria or one of the others. While I do wish for everyone else's happiness, too, I can't afford to buy them all charms, so keep this a secret from them, okay? Hey, I'll treasure this. Just when the two of us were finally starting to relax around each other again. Oh, what are you doing here? A familiar voice interrupted us. Of course. Leon! You are everywhere. That's one of my quirks, you know? Huh. Hey, that bag. Leon grinned the moment he spotted the gift bag in Pashalia's hand. I got it. Okay. You two are so close you give each other gifts, huh? Man, I always thought you two had a suspicious vibe going. Has the color of your crystal started to change? Is the color of our what now? What? It's that crystal, dude. The one people say can change colors. Did you buy it without knowing that? You heard of this, Pashalia? At all. I only know that it can make your wish come true. Both like, huh? Okay, I love this. I feel like I see where this is going. Like, it can change colors, blah, blah, blah. And then the crystals, we're going to be wearing them. They're going to change color, and, like, freaking Leaf's going to be like, right there, true love, uh-huh. Magic crystals, when you're in love with someone that turns the same color as their crystal. Like, right? You see that happening? I can see that happening now. Hey, why are you looking at me like that? I'm not making it up, I swear. Right, mister? It's true. See? Honestly, I tell ya. But why does it change color? What causes it? I heard it has something to do with the leave vows. The leave vows? I pressed Leon, thinking we might be able to learn something about leave. Tell me more! What's gotten into you? Fine, I'll tell you. How about we mosey on down to my pub and chat there? Leon slipped an arm around my shoulder. I really hope I need the fan disc because I need a Ginnia route, but I really kind of hope there's a Leon route in there. I'm not gonna lie, because I do love this smarmy little bastard. Like, not really smarmy, but you know what I mean? Like, he definitely... Okay. Vilio is the impy character that you can romance, but Leon is absolutely also the impy character that's constantly, like, trying to jump you, like, for every chance he gets. And I kind of love it. Jeez, not again. Just as I was about to shove him away, a hand reached out from the side. Yeah, Pashalia's like, don't touch my girl. Owie! Leon jumped when Pashalia pinched his hand hard. Tears welled up in his eyes. Keep your distance from her. I was surprised by his unusually cold voice, You, sir, much as I appreciate this and it's sexy, you don't get to do that to somebody else when you turned me down. Maybe I want Leon to put his arm around me. But I didn't. I do, but she doesn't. But, like, it did make Pashalia jealous, so I'm just saying. Meanie, Pashalia is bullying me. I'm not. Just protecting her. But she and I are, like, so close. This much touching should be A-okay. It's not. Well, doing it in front of her boyfriend, maybe not so A-okay. Not her boyfriend, but even if you've known each other a long time, doesn't mean you can do something she doesn't like. Oh, wellsies. I don't want to be pinched again, so I'll keep my hands off her. What the? Leon's attitude took a complete 180. Can I miss something? Without further pestering, he took us to his pub. He's like, okay, sure you're not her boyfriend, whatever. Leon placed the juice we'd ordered on the table. Then he launched right into an explanation. Let's see, I assume you know what the leave vows are already. A marriage ceremony where you make your vows in front of Leave, isn't it? That's right. And then Leaves gives the newlyweds a water crystal for divine protection. As long as their love lingers, the color of the crystal will be as blue as the Orion's ocean. But the moment one of them falls out of love, the color will fade. The souvenir crystal you have is based on that. It's clear and colorless at first. When two people who love each other exchange them, each crystal's color changes to match its owner's heart. Or so they say. Oh my god. And we exchanged them. Pashalia gave me one, I gave him one, and I'm going to whip out mine and be like, why is it fucking red? Color will change? I haven't checked mine ever since I first received it. That's not true. She did pull it out when, like, oh my god, when Pashalia was sit right on the flight to Ruth, didn't we? We've seen it before, but it has been a while. It's not like we look at it every day, but I wonder if my crystal's blue. No, there's no way. Both people need to be in love for that to happen, so mine's probably the same. Has it happened before? That's kind of tricky. I mean, there's a chance someone could just change the color themselves. Like, you can fall in and out of love pretty easily. Real mutual love's basically a miracle, don't you think? You have a point. Our crystal exchange was just a coincidence. Pashalia and I were only friends. I love how we keep doing that, because we're just friends, as we're dying inside. Thanks, Leon. That was really helpful. We ordered apple pie as a thank you, savoring every last bite before leaving the pub. I can't wait till we see our crystals are a different color, and we were like, when he told us this and we could have whipped it out and checked. We continued gathering information until nightfall, and reported our progress once we got back. However, not a single one of us had actually come up with any ideas. I glanced at the hammock beside me. Grady was sound asleep. All right, I should be fine now. I got out of my bed and took out the charm Pashalia had given me. Leon told me the color of this crystal would change if two people who were in love exchanged them. I already know how Pashalia feels, though. And that won't change even if I check it. Even so, I couldn't help myself. Does it look blue in her hand? There's a CG of just her. But, like, doesn't that look blue? And then, okay, and then she just goes, whoa. I gasped when I saw the color of the crystal in my hand. Turning blue. You kind of had to know it would. I'm just going to read this as me instead of Leon, but it's Leon. Like, obviously we're remembering. As long as their love lingers, the color of the crystal will be as blue as the Orion's ocean. But the moment one of them falls out of love, the color will fade. The souvenir crystal you have is based on that. It's clear and colorless at first. When two people who love each other exchange them, each crystal's color changes to match its owner's heart, or so they say. If what Leon said was true, if that really was the reason my crystal changed color, I still love Pashalia. And Pashalia had feelings for me. No, wait, it's only a rumor. Just like the marketing pitch about these crystals granting your wish. Surely this whole changing color thing was a ruse. Nothing but a gimmick to trick people into buying them. only changed in response to my body temperature. Yeah, it's a mood pendant. That had to be it. It just had to be it. But I don't think I can forget about him. Shalia's smile made my heart soar. So happy when he peeled Leon away from me. Before, I couldn't comprehend why people would torment themselves with unrequited love. Now, I understood so deeply it hurt. It's so funny to be like, I don't understand why people torture themselves with unrequited love. You silly girl. Like, that is absolutely what you would think if you've never been in love and you're like, I don't understand why people would put themselves through that. Because it's not like a choice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you fall in love with someone and then you're like, oh my god, hey, I like you. And they're like, yeah, right, whatever. And you're like, ugh. And eventually you start to, like, pull yourself away from it. And it is a choice to wallow in it or to move on, to try to move on. But, like, you can't control your feelings, really. You know what I mean? Even if you're like, all right, I need to let it go and move on. It takes time. You don't just go, oh, like, oh my god, that hurts. Oh, well, I'm good now. You don't just choose that. You know what I mean? Real feelings take time to heal, you know, even if you want them to. Like, you know? So, but I like it. I do like that they put that in here, though, with her being like, I didn't understand why people wanted to deal with that. They don't, sweetie. And now you understand. It's not a choice. But, like, when you're not in that situation, you're like, it's a choice. They're dealing with it. Nope, it's not. There's a lot of things in this world that people are like, it's a choice. It's not, though. And until you're in that situation or, you know, whatever, like, you don't realize because you don't fully comprehend it, you know? The only one for me. I can't give up so easily. I think I still love him this much. Honestly, when I heard what Leon said, I made a tiny, desperate wish. Oh! This is so heartbreakingly beautiful, though. He looks so beautiful and sad, looking at the crystal that's blue and being like, oh. But here's the thing, so, like, he's looking at the crystal and seeing it being a beautiful blue. And is he thinking, well, I mean, obviously he knows how he feels about us. But it's like one of those, if you were in denial, like, I don't have feelings for her. Oh, this must be her feelings. Like, you know what I mean? I wish that the crystal I gave Pashalia would change color even a little bit. Ours looks definitely super dark blue and his looks lighter, but I'm assuming they're supposed to be the same color. It's just lighting. I wished he would return even a fraction of my feelings for him. However, but I'm sorry. I could still hear the words he uttered when he rejected me. They haunted me, unforgiving. He already dumped me. There's no point in dwelling on it. Screwing a tight lid on my feelings, I tucked the charm out of sight. But the thing is that's your proof of true love right there. Oh. Now we're Pashalia. Oh. Day after we left Root, things had gotten a little tense between Vilio and me. He didn't seem to care anymore, though, and he fell asleep immediately after saying his usual goodnight. Taking care not to wake him up, I spoke up in a hushed voice. It's been several days since I formed a contract with Clivis. Did anything change? My mana is much more stable than before. Yes. Hang in there for just a bit more. I'll definitely get you back to Ruth. What about you? What? Oh, come on! I knew you were looking at that crystal. Oh. Now it's just him. Oh my god, I love how the CG is kind of like us just looking at it, and then it's the two of us, and now it's just him staring at it. Oh! I love it. When I first got back, I'd unwrapped it only to find that the color had changed. I brought it out in the open for another look. It wasn't as blue as the Orion's ocean. The color had deepened. I figured it'd be better for me not to say anything, but... Pashalia, why did you respond the way you did when she told you how she felt? I mean, you actually... Don't say anything more. I didn't need her to point that out for me. Better than anyone. I'd wish for it if I could, but in the end, can't. Others probably don't notice it. Unlike me, their minds are filled with more than sorrowful thoughts. Oh, they notice it. They ain't stupid. They're stupid, but they're not that stupid. You know what I mean? They're a little dumb, but they ain't stupid. Okay? Like, or if leave lets me keep the lacrima. For how long? What comes next? Nobody lives forever, sweetie. And don't you remember what they said? Don't give up. After all that, you're gonna hold out until the very end, aren't you? You think it's better to give up, right? You've long made peace with your mortality. It's ingrained in you now. But are you really fine with that? How do you want to live your life? But will you really let someone else sweep that girl off her feet? Didn't you get mad at that Leon guy today for just that? Hey, that's not... Seriously, what is it you want? I fucking love Vita because she's like, smack! She's like, if I could slap you, I would. Just consider me smacking you in the brain. I love it. But when we learned that the crystals could change color, Spacey was fixated on the one I gave her. I know I was selfish, but I couldn't help thinking... Still, I gave Spacey is dyed blue. Stop it, I'm gonna cry. This is so beautiful, it hurts. It hurts. But in like a good way. You know what I mean? Because you know it's gonna turn out happy, but like, goddamn the angst. I didn't really think, I mean, okay, I guess I should have known Pashalia's route was gonna be angsty just because it was like, Pashalia's dying, isn't he? That's his secret. Because like, you know. And like, Ion's route did have a little angst, but it was like, oh, he's taken away from, but this is just more because Pashalia is denying his feelings, and he's like, I want that crystal to be blue, but I can't tell you how I feel because I'm over here being a sad sack. They're like, stop it, you idiot! Like, oh my god. Oh god, it's the fluffy angst is what it is. You know what I mean? A deep, deep blue. And I wish I wished I were the only one who could see it. To put the subject to rest. And that right there is how you ignore things you don't want to deal with. Even when someone bears their heart to you, you crush it under your heel. You never venture out from your own shell. If you stay this way, you'll never, ever be happy. I did already. Immediately, I was startled by my outburst. Pashalia? What's wrong? No, it's nothing. Sorry for waking you. Alright. You should go to sleep too, Pashalia. Stop talking to Vita. Your voices are loud. Hey. Hi. Sorry. After that, no matter how many times I called her, and never responded. Well, yeah, because she's sulking. Rightfully so, because you're being an idiot. I hope Vilio overheard that and was like, listen, I heard what you were talking to Vita about in the tent. I'm not deaf. The following morning, we gathered in the common area to discuss our plan for today. We have the answer in 2 little crystals right here in the palm of our hands. As so far we've collected information about the city's blessings, the leave vows and the lacrima earrings, but none of them are what we need. And to put it bluntly, we've reached a dead end.
The true love ain't something you can physically present anyway. You can't just go, here it is, true love.
Yes, you can. We have crystals. I love this game. And I also love how they knew exactly what they were doing. When the second they mentioned the crystals, you're like, they're both fucking changed, and that's exactly how we're going to prove this to Vita. I'm not Vita, to leave, right? Okay. And then we're having this discussion, and you're like, no, we do. And they're like, we have no idea. We do. And then we're going to keep going on saying this, so you're screaming in the background, yes, we fucking do! They did it on purpose to aggravate you. You're like, god damn it, will one of you assholes say something? I love it. It's good. You think we can ask Leave to give us a more specific hint?
I don't know if we can, but I'll try calling her.
Oh, wait. I was wondering, okay. So they're gonna call her, she's gonna say something, whatever, and someone's gonna be like, wait, don't you guys have crystals that prove this? Somebody has to know. Vilio had to have not been asleep. Caliphus opened the box with the lacrima inside and gently removed the cloth. As Arthur's kin, Caliphus was the only one allowed to do so.
Leave, can you hear me?
Just like last time, a wall of water rolled out before Leave revealed herself. I do love the art they did for her. It's beautiful.
Looking at you all, it doesn't seem like you have the answer quite yet.
Yeah, to be honest with you, true love's too abstract. Like, it's really hard for us to understand. Could you give us some more clues?
Clues, huh? Do you really need them, though?
Leave slipped through the others and stood before Pashalia and me. She's like, I know. Can I help you? Leave smirked at my timid question.
Both of you have the seeds of love, don't you?
Seeds of love?
The crystals that resemble the lacrima, the ones being dispersed throughout the city.
Oh, the charm. You mean the lacrima replica they sell as a souvenir? The one that's said to make your wish come true? Yeah, I think so. Pashalia gave me one last time. And I gave Pashalia the same thing yesterday. What does that have to... Duh.
Both of your hearts are tightly closed now.
What?
What I want is true love. In other words, the resolve to love.
Not love, but resolve? Okay, so this is the extra step. She's like, you're both in love with each other. You just have to fucking open up and let it happen. Because he doesn't have resolve, right? Because he's afraid. So when he makes it, no, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how afraid I am. I will let my love for you shine. It's like, there you go. That's your resolve.
Love is deeper than the ocean. A boundless emotion. Love recognizes, accepts, and reflects the flow of your heart. Spacey, you closed your heart because of love. However, the object in your hand reveals the answer.
She was talking about my charm and how it had changed color. My fingers tightened around the charm in my pocket.
I'm fond of people like you. Honest and predictable. Meanwhile, Pashalia, you're stubborn. You closed off your heart out of fear and built a wall around it.
Fear? What? Turning to Pashalia, I saw him clutching a small bag. That's the charm I gave him.
Love is resolve. The resolve to believe in an uncertain future. You see, Spacey.
Yes?
The wall around his heart is thick. His fear is not something you can easily destroy. Knowing that, do you still love him?
I grip my charm even tighter. Fuck yeah, I do. I put my faith in the crystal's blue hue. Yes, I still love Pashalia. I know I may be bothering you with this, but I'm sorry. I'm free to feel what I feel. Yeah, that's right. Stand up for your emotions, girl. Pashalia, I want you to tell us, there's something you're afraid of. Only just to make you feel better, even a little bit. I care for me so deeply. I don't know. Love is a fucking... It makes no sense. All I did was hurt you, and I'm sure I'll continue to do so. To a normal, happy life. Yet you still... I think it's so funny because, like, the lines coming from Pashalia, like, all I did was hurt you. I'm like, I kind of expect those lines from Zipporah being like, what? All I've ever done is be an ass to you. Yeah, but I like it? You're weird. Yeah, okay. Pashalia stared at me, looking like he was about to burst into tears. I love the fact that he's just our, like, timid little sad sack. I don't know. He had that same look when he was close to death, when he couldn't express his desire to live, even though he'd wanted to. And at least giving him, like, him being, like, a timid, afraid little sad sack makes sense. With the fact that he grew up thinking he was going to die, and then being like, okay, getting accustomed to it, and then bonding with a water spirit and being like, okay, I can maybe find someone to help me to free her. But he was like, it's to help Vita, not for himself. You know what I mean? So he's just always been like, yep, I'm gonna drop dead. I mean, here's the thing. We all have to come to terms with our mortality, you know? But, like, logically right now, yeah, someday I'm gonna die. I know someday I'm gonna die. Could be tomorrow. Could be 2 weeks from now. Could be 20 years from now. Could be 80 years from... I hope it's not 80 years from now. I'll be way too fucking old at that point. Okay. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know. But you know it's gonna happen. But it doesn't weigh on you or make you the little emotional sad sack that it would if you were absolutely facing it with you have a terminal illness. It could be days, weeks, months, years, and your countdown clock is literally in your fucking face. Like, the countdown clock for your life is floating around in the ether around you. It's always there, okay? But, like, you can live with the, like, it's gonna be forever! And then the next day you're gone. You know what I mean? It's usually a shock and unexpected. Until you're, like, usually, again, very old. Or you're sick. And then you know it's happening. And, like, Pashalia had that moment. You know, where, like, most people, again, either get if you've got cancer, or you're having a terminal illness, or you're just really old and on your deathbed, where all of a sudden you're like, yep, I see the countdown clock happening. I know it's happening now. You know what I mean? He had that from being a child. That looming thing was always there. And then even when you're like, I'm gonna die, and then your life is prolonged, because he was literally probably going to die that day or within a day, like when Vita came to get him. You know what I mean? She's like, you're about to drop dead now. Like, that was it. That was the end. So to be all of a sudden spared from death, you're like, well, fuck. Okay. And it's not like a normal, like, people where, oh my god, I'm on the verge of death and doctor saved you, and you're like, woo! Good for me. You know what I mean? Now, Vita's what's keeping him alive, and now he's thinking, like, my illness and everything is draining her, and that's two of us that's gonna die. And you know what I mean? So, like, everything he's been dealing with, it absolutely makes sense that he's a pessimistic little sad sack who is just like, I'm 2 inches from death. Even though, like, with the lacrima earrings and all this other stuff that we're doing now, you can live a long, healthy, normal life. You're good. But, like, he spent more of his life in, like, I'm 2 feet from death. So, like, 2 inches. I'm 2 inches from death. Not even 2 feet. That, like, now that he's, like, 2 feet from death, it's still, like, too close. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that it's real, you know? Good job, writers. Good job. But again, we know how much I love this game, and if it's the writers of Code realize that makes sense, because that's why everyone is so good at bonding with each other, and, like, the little found family trope and, like, the little odd ducks out all seem to kind of, like, you're like, you are all, and I don't know how you work together, but you do, and it's beautiful. Anyway, what do you mean? Well, as smart as Sephora, or as strong as Ion, share nearly as many memories as you and Rady do. Yeah, but Rady's also like our dog. I can't even keep my eyes optimistically fixed on the future like Vilio can. Well, he's very simple. Smart moments, but he's still very simple. Have what it takes to be entrusted with the lacrima. Pathetically weak. Just a coward who can't trust in the future. Again, this little pessimism and being a Debbie Downer on yourself is, like, absolutely because of all the shit you dealt with your whole life. So, understandable. But someone smack him out of it. So I didn't actually... Guys, I'm gonna fucking die. Someone smack him out of it, and I'm gonna bet it was Vilio. Because Vilio threatened him. I did not actually think someone was gonna punch him, but they did. Oh my god. Best game ever. 12 out of 10. Oh my god. That is amazing. Yeah, okay. You had to know. I told you I'd suck if you said something like that again. Despite having just hit Pashalia so hard he'd fallen over. Oh my god. Oh, this game is so good. Filio stood there, doing his best to defend Pashalia against his own worst enemy, himself.
Like I said before, you're your own man. It's up to you if you want to be like me, but just so you know, I envy you, Pashalia.
I love Filio's, eyes right now. He's like, God, you're pathetic. It is so not Vilio's face. This is so not a Vilio expression, and I love it.
Me?
Maybe I do always look ahead, but that means I never look back. Ever. You're different, Pashalia. You always take care of the people trailing behind you. Just like how you can never be me, I can never be you. Pashalia, you have your own worth. It's yours and nobody else's.
I just love the fact that Vilio was like, I am literally going to punch you with words, but also my fist, because, dude. And I'm still so giddy about the fact that, they listened to me for once. Someone needs to slap him out of it. Punch. Okay, well, punching was a little much, but still exactly what I wanted, and goddamn, I can't get over it. Pashalia shook his head weakly in response. So goddamn good. Earth. That's the last thing I could ever trust in. Oh, Pashalia. Let's say I clear Leave's trial and obtain the Lacrima. And if I can live on and never have a normal human life. Why do you say that? I'll still be synchronized with Vita, living as a half-spirit. And Lacrima's mana is so great that I'll never grow old or die as long as I have it. What? I whirled on Ginia, who nodded with a bitter expression.
You're aware of it, then. I actually planned to figure that part out once we got to the Lacrima, you see.
It affects me, so of course I'm aware.
I see. But just like Ginny has said, I'm sure we can...
I don't know how long it'll take. Dating her in such an uncertain situation is just plain cruel. I'm fine with that! Just grab him and kiss him. Can't take it back now, we're married! If you really let this sink in. I happen to lose the Lacrima somehow. I could die right away. I'd have to live in constant fear. Sweetie, when you fall in love and marry someone, you're going to live in constant fear that they could die at any moment anyway. Technically deep down inside. This is no different. And no matter how many years go by, I'll always look the same. What would it be like to live with someone like that? Awesome, because I'm getting older and wrinkled and you're still hot. I'd be like every man in the planet who's like, well, I would just have to be Leonardo DiCaprio, who dates 18-year-olds, but I'd be like, no, I mean, he's 100. I look 100. He looks 20, but we're the same age. It's fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with what? Every man ever is like, oh no, women get old. I want a young hot chick. So why can't I be like that as an old lady? I'm fine being a cougar. It's I'll be fine. I don't care what people think. Look at that old, wrinkled-ass bitch with that hot, beautiful, blue-haired man. Hell yeah! High five me! I would be more worried, I'm old and wrinkled and you still love me. Then I'm gonna have the complex about it. I don't know why he's like, you're still gonna love me, that I'm gonna be young and beautiful forever? I mean... Hi, yeah. I don't think most people have a problem with that. The problem, again, is I'm gonna get old, and are you still gonna love me when I'm old and wrinkly and falling apart? Wait, I'm already old, wrinkly, and falling apart. Never mind, this is fine. Never be happy like you could a normal person. I was stunned by all the gloomy possibilities he hurled my way. Shalia, has he been carrying this around all by his lonesome? At best, of his resolve. The resolve to believe in an uncertain future. If we can't undo this synchronization, I have to watch you die of old age. Yeah, okay, now you're making sense. You really want to be with someone who's going to be young and beautiful forever? Uh-huh. I have to watch you die. Or he's asking me Do you want to be with someone young and beautiful forever? Yeah, I don't see that as a problem. If I lose one of the earrings, I could die instantly. You're always going to have this fear that I could die at any moment. Yeah, that's what love is, though. When you fall in love with someone, you have to know deep down inside they could die at any moment. Maybe when you're old, maybe 2 days from. Again, that's just being human. So, like, that's a given. Then he's like, I'd have to watch you die of old age. Now you're talking. Because you're like, I'm just afraid you. No, you're throwing problems that you think I'm going to have that are not problems at all. I mean, that you dying at any given moment is always a problem, regardless. Okay, that's a given. Just like, again, you can't use that. I am going to stay young and beautiful forever, and I'm going to watch you die of old age, and I can't handle that. That makes sense, Pashalia. That is absolutely, yeah. I can't really assuage your fears on that. Someday, be left all alone in this world. Well, that could happen even if we grow old together. Which is why, yeah, that's going to suck for you, because I am absolutely going to die first, because I don't want to be left alone in this world. That's on you. I'm selfish like that. I don't think I have the resolve to believe in such a future. More than anything else, I don't want you to sink into the mires of my misfortune. That spurred me to respond, slap him. I'd get to live with my beloved. What kind of misfortune is that? The words left my lips before I could think twice. Well, you might be scared of an uncertain future. Everyone has to contend with the deaths of their loved ones at some point. You know, and we know that for a fact because we watched, well, we didn't watch, but we knew our parents died, so. I know what it's like with my parents. Shalia wasn't the only one. He might have thought he was different since he had always lived with the threat of death hanging over him. The fear of loss was universal. Exactly. Hey, what did I just say? She's right. You're not the only one. Even if your case is unique to ours, we're all the same in the end. I told you, didn't I? Don't bottle it all up by yourself. If you fill me in, I'll blow those worries to smithereens for you. Being too cautious will only backfire on you. You end up fixating on small things, making you fearful. Hey, Mishalia, are you still unwilling to change after all that? Just when you took a step forward after they all told you not to give up. Are you going to run away with your tail between your legs? Vita's such a sassy little bitch, I love her. Mishalia faltered, holding his tongue once more. Maybe it's someone who overcomes every hardship and difficulty for her beloved. Or someone who stays away from his beloved because he wishes for her happiness. Both are honorable. Are you saying you acknowledge what they've got as true love? My heartbeat kicked up a notch. Aleve simply gave us a thin smile. Even after promising to stay by one's side in sickness and in health, until death do they part. And there are still people who break their vows. The spoken vows are too weak. No way. How could I prove to her that the feelings I had were the real deal? How can we save Pashalia? What should we do? Spacey, are you willing to risk your life for love? Eve was acting like usual, but I had a hunch she was testing me. No lie or spur-of-the-moment oath would work on her. Spacey, don't answer anything that sounds like a deal with the spirit. It can be fatal. Especially with a great spirit. It's all the more dangerous. Are we really going to become one because she's going to possess my body and then we're going to contract and then like we're the same person now? I am you and you are I. Like, are we going to be his persona? Is that what's happening here? That's a little odd, but like, those who broke leave vows met a tragic fate. Scared. For so many broken vows, Leave had grown disappointed in humans. It would take a lot to come up with something worthy enough to please her. I decided to say, I made up my mind. I'm afraid of dying. I feel like I made up my mind should be the right answer, but I'm afraid of dying is also very much an honest answer. You know what I mean? Like, quintessential, I've made up my mind, I'm going to do this. And you're like, okay, let's be realistic. You know, but like fantasy games, Otome games, whatever. But the realistic, I'm afraid of dying. But that doesn't mean I don't love Pashalia. We're being honest. I'm being honest. I'm afraid of dying. But I do love him. I have a feeling the game's gonna go with I made up my mind, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. I don't plan to die, but I made up my mind a long time ago. I'm more than willing to risk my life if it means I can save Pashalia. Well, okay, so she basically said that, like, I don't plan to die, but, like, I'll do it. Like, so that's kind of what I wanted from the I'm afraid of dying. Like, I'm afraid of dying, but I'd still risk my life to save him. I don't want to die, and I hope I don't. But, like, you know, you gotta be, I'm afraid, but I'll do it, you know? Spacey, what are you saying? Take it back now. No, I won't. Maybe it's selfish, but I want to save you for my sake. I don't want to live without you. It's selfish. Guys, stop her. You should know better, Pashalia. Nobody can stop her now. But you're her family, aren't you, Rady? So... Yeah, I'm her family. And that's exactly why I don't want to go against her. Just give up, Pashalia. Humans will go to any lengths for the things they desire. No, just like saving you for last. So, just putting aside the favorite piece. It's like saving dessert for the end. You're like, no, I know I'm going to be full, but I'll do it. I'll deal with that stomach pain for you, cheesecake. Sephora's like my cheesecake. I'm a little hungry right now. And she's chosen you. That's all. But I'm not that worthy. Not this crap again! Understand, right, Ion? How dangerous it is to risk your life. Pashalia, I urge you to think a bit more about what she said. She sees something in you that's worth risking her life for. In the face of such devotion, will you still call yourself worthless? Ion with the Y. I mean, we expect Ys from Ion, but, like, you know, he just sits there quietly until all of a sudden, damn sage wisdom comes out. Every one of them has their little wise, sagey moments, and it's beautiful. What a wonderful resolve! In that case, I shall accept your feelings and give you a chance. However, only Pashalia will take on the challenge. What? What I want is true love. Love can't be realized alone. Love can be realized if all you do is wait. You're free to refuse if you don't want to, but in return, I will not negotiate with you any further. The moment she said that, all eyes were on Pashalia. Pashalia, I want to be with you for years to come. You don't need to reciprocate my feelings. Just don't give up on life. Spacey, His eyes betrayed his fierce inner conflict. He must have been terrified. His anxiety was surely sky high. I mean, you're putting him in a weird position, and he's a Debbie Downer. Well, believably so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fault him for it. So you can kind of, like, the inner conflict they're giving him is like, okay, but I need you to get over it now. Like, I feel the same way, Pashalia. Yet I promised to be with you always. I wondered if my feelings, so like a wish, would reach him. After hesitating for some time, Pashalia finally opened his mouth. Okay. Still uneasy even now, but chose me despite that very same fear. I can't ignore that anymore. Great waves of emotion crashed over me. My unyielding love had finally reached him. It's a deal, then. The first, Calivis, undo your contract.
But
Do as I say.
by your will.
Calivis approached Pashalia and gently grabbed his hand.
Are you ready, Pashalia?
Go ahead.
I summon thee, O water spirit. I thank thee for thy benevolence. I beseech thee to hear us and bestow freedom upon us.
Pashalia drops dead instantly. That would be tragic. That instant, their invisible connection was severed. Pashalia turned pale and stumbled, nearly falling to the ground. Are you all right? Ion immediately reached out to support him. Pashalia offered a weak smile.
He'd returned to the state he was in when he lay before the spring of the spirits, before he'd made the contract with Calyvis. He must have been in terrible pain. However, leave wasn't finished yet. Next, Vita, undo your synchronization. Huh? Please wait just a moment. If we undo the... Rest assured, I'm not planning to take his life. Trust in me. What if he died? Shalia looked my way, trying to assuage my worries. Understood. Here goes. Oh! Shalia's blonde now! I mean, you knew it! I was wondering if they were gonna do that. Like, if they were gonna fix him, whatever, because, like, he's blue because he's synchronized with Vita, right? But, like, we saw him as a child blonde. I can't believe they did it! I mean, it makes sense, but, like, is he gonna go back to him? This is so strange. Blonde Pashalia is so strange! Pashalia's hair turned light brown and his body lurched in pain. That's blonde, girl. It's like cheese blonde, but still. He almost fell from Ion's hold. Pashalia! Pashalia and I were suddenly trapped in a magic sphere of water, suspended in the air. While it must have looked like normal water from the outside, it was impossible to get out of. I've shared my water magic with you both, and fixed it in place with an enchantment. Pashalia's body is now filled with water. His disease has stopped progressing. Do I have to live in a bubble like that fucking killer whale for the rest of eternity? Make things difficult. He is no different from any other human now. However, the magic will disappear at sunset. Pashalia, if you can overcome my trial, your disease shall be cured, and you shall live a healthy life as a normal human without the need for synchronization. Pashalia's eyes widened. Oh my god, then he's going to be blonde Pashalia forever. No matter how much he wished for it, that had never been within his reach until now. What of me? What kind of trial is this? We held our breath in anticipation as Leave kept her eyes fixed on Pashalia. Her next words were a quiet declaration. Pashalia, your trial is to find this girl before the sun sets. Oh my god! This is like the fucking one of the things in Harry Potter. In the Goblet of Fire. Where they're like, you have to go swimming underwater to find the person they took from you. She's gonna put me in the ocean. In a bubble. Oh my god! She's gonna fucking Harry Potter me, Jesus. Whoa! My body floated up along with the water ball. I'll now drop her into the Orion's Ocean. Oh, wait a minute. I'm the only one undergoing a trial here, right? She has shown me her resolve to sacrifice herself for you. Now it's your turn. Find her with your own power. Spacey, Pashalia tried and failed to choke out his next words, so I yelled as loud as I could. I know you'll find me, Pashalia! I love the fact that, like, even though his hair is exactly the same, it's not. It doesn't have, like, it doesn't look like it has the same exact loopies that, like, the blue hair had that look like waves. Nice. Love is something that can't be realized if you don't take a risk. Now please, prove to me that what you share is true love. Motherfucker! Shit! But, like, I kind of wish Chapter 9 had, like, blonde Pashalia instead of the blue hair. Because, like, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're at time, so I am going to... We're a little over, but anyway. I will stop here, and we will start Chapter 9 next. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.